our chest should expand, and that's what's going to whip our arm through. Okay? Just shifting back, just like that. Flick it out in front. Okay, now get your arm up like you're about to throw. So yeah, we want this to really get some stretch. This is like a rubber band. And when you go to turn, it's like letting the rubber band go, and that's force you forward. So make sure when you shift back, you get that chest pretty through, okay? Good. You want to feel like your chest raising up, just like that medicine ball exercise, okay? Think about slapping your hand on the ground as hard as you can. So shift back, up, boom, as hard as you can.
So there's a little bit of a, in other words, it's kind of a hitch. Exaggerate that a little bit more. So when you come back, there you go. Better.
So he still wants to throw early.
Yeah.
You want to go here. You want to go like that. I want you to get up and get up over your front leg.
It's like that med ball. It's like that med ball drill you were doing.
Better.
There's water in here.
You can go down on your back leg a little bit, just to get a little bit more momentum. So you're...
Yeah, we want you to get that feeling of building momentum. So you got to get momentum from the back leg. You got to get some bend. There you go. Go.
You're going like this. I want you to go. Like, you want your rib cage to be like touching your hip. Okay? There you go. There we go. Feel the difference there? Yeah. Good. Okay? You want to feel like when you come up, this is expanding, and then all that force is just whipping your arm through. Your arm is just along for the ride. My trunk is throwing my arm. Good.
Yeah.
Better. Good. There you go. So you're probably releasing the ball 6 inches closer than you were just before I told you.
So that's the feeling you want when you're pitching. When you get out there, when you land, you want to feel like this is back, and now finally at the end, boom, all this energy, boom, right there.
So it's right before you land is when you're going to incorporate this. You're going to be sideways, and then
boom.
And that's that little extra oomph off that back leg that's going to get your trunk going and out in front. Good, very good. There you go.
Yeah, most high school kids, they just don't use their tongue. They're not using it. It's all like one continuous motion where everything is going at the same time rather than you got to get here, this has got to be back, and then.
You don't have to, I don't care how hard you throw the ball. Just let your arm do whatever it does, but I want you to really use your body. Just let your arm, you don't have to throw as hard as you can right now. I don't want to tire you out. I'm going to be here for a while longer, but just make sure you're doing it really good right now. But just emphasize your trunk. Just let your arm be nice and loose. Good.
You can take a drink of water?
Sorry? All that momentum you're creating with your chest, when you land, your front foot stable, all that energy is transferred. And now you're throwing with leverage against your front side, and you're getting out there. And it's going to increase your arm speed. Good. Now you got some trunk flexion.
Here. Come out of the sun.
Feel a difference?
If you always kind of curled your wrist a little bit.
It's something, I don't even know I do it.
Okay.
Billy, you really feel a difference?
Now the tricky part is going to be incorporating that into your stride and the timing of landing and being able to get that chest
When
going.
you get to go, just go from the slide step to this one. You're going to go right from here, and your focus is going to be on one thing. Sideways, getting the landing, okay? Getting out there without turning, just moving sideways. I know a lot of coaches teach, well, lead with your heel and lead with your foot and all that crap. Hey, basically we're moving sideways. That comes from right back here. Boom. Sideways as long as you can. Once you land, boom, the energy shifts up to the front. When you're doing anything like this, you want to be thinking, how's this going to help my pitching? You know, there's no sense of doing something if you can't link it to what you're doing in pitch. So once you land, that focus needs to be from here, going from here, rotating, and then once you're up here,
Yeah.
right there. That's the difference between high school pitchers and pro guys. That's the difference between throwing 80 or 90. So sideways, and then incorporate the front.
Yep.
Arm back. Your arm, you know, your arm is.
It works.
Your
His
arm's
arm
pretty
works good. Yeah.
Your arm's working good. I don't see a problem with your arm at all.
That's really all it is that getting the timing and feeling that separation between your front hip and your back shoulder.
I like to really get that feel, kind of a pitch in there, you know, where it gets that.
It's like if you look at Lincecum and right before, I mean, his foot's like right here about to land, and his arm is still here.
Still back
And it's
here.
like right when that happens, he gets this. That's what his trunk gets his arm up into position.
You ever read what he said? They asked him why is his arm down here? Why is it sitting down here? No, he said he doesn't want to feel like he's muscling the ball. He wants to make sure he's using his body and keeping the arm out of the picture as long as he can, because he knows the arm belongs to the right. He said, my body doesn't work, my arm belongs to the right. So he keeps the arm. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just saying the idea being keep the arm out of the picture, focus on the body. That's what we're trying to get you to do. Sideways, land, get the trunk. This is like spaghetti. This comes along to the right. This is only for throwing the ball. No velocity to your arm.
It's the same way with hitting. You know, when you're hitting, they don't tell you to, you know, you move your body out, you keep your hands back, and you just throw your hands, right? You don't muscle the ball, you throw your hands, and it's all hips. And it's like when you square up a ball, whether it's golf or hitting, when you square one up, it feels like you don't even feel it, right? It's just, in your body, you don't even feel any stress. That's the same way with pitching. If everything's on time, your arm whips through, and when you release the ball, it should just be like nothing. That's when you're gonna throw your hardest. When it feels like
Hank Aaron, when he was hitting, I don't know if you saw him pitch. I used to go to very fun games when the Red Sox used to play the Braves. The Braves left Boston, used to be the Boston Braves. They went to Milwaukee. They would come back and they'd have a very fun game. They'd have a home run hitting contest before the game. Ted Williams, Jackie Jensen, Dewey Pearsall would be Hank Aaron, Wes Covington, and Joe Adcock, first baseman. And you know, Aaron being a right-handed hitter, his ball was just take off, right out. 6 feet, 175. That's what he was. And nobody hit the ball farther than Hank Aaron. I don't give a shit whether it's Barry Bonds, Canseco, McGuire. 6 feet, 175. You go weightlifting? 0. Okay. How do you get it? Mechanics. All mechanics using his body. Arms along to the right. That's why little guys can throw, like Lincecum, can throw like Roger Clemens. I remember Pedro Martinez when he was pitching for Boston. I remember he was throwing 96 and 98. And then Clemens, of course, back then.